I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world, and that's our job.
You have to make it. Chill. What up, DMV? We getting money whole time, fucking bitches whole time, rapping DC whole time. We getting money whole time, fucking bitches whole time, rapping DC whole time. Your shine whole time, doing this whole time, doing this whole time, doing this whole time, man, you're back, doing this whole time.
Kickback, guys. JB, what's the name of the podcast?
It's a pod named Kickback. A pod named Kickback. It's like a Tribe Called Quest.
You say the whole thing. Welcome back to another amazing episode of a pod named Kickback. I am no breaks, no the righteous ratchet. If you throw it, I'll catch it. If you got it, I'll match it. Each and every week, we right back at it. I am the Black Savage, the Magneto of my people. What up?
There he is.
Randy T, talk to the people.
Hey, it's your man, the Randy T in the house. Man up Monday, all day, every day. You know how I do.
Yeah, man. As y'all can see, it's a fellas only show. So we got Clarissa out there watching. So it's the fellas and Clarissa tonight. I do want to shout out the Queen Jackie, the corporate black girl, Brittani Sade. They're out saving the world. You guys know they're superheroes by night. And J. Lou, who's on a flight, right. Who he might fly in town just in time to get on. Who never knows? But he was back in the DMV, handling some DMV-ish type things. So as I am sharing the show, I want to start off with shout out our sponsors. Don't have any. Interesting. But nah, man, I will shout out Mo's Marvelous Clean and shout out to my girl Mo. Mo, you did some crazy shit this week, but shout out to you. And I'm gonna try to get the toy bar, my sex room, back on sponsorship. They're gonna have to give me a rose, a wand, and maybe a fleshlight. And those three things will get them back on the sponsorship trail. We gotta see.
They gotta bribe you for them to sponsor you.
Yeah, the sponsors supposed to get free shit.
That's how that works.
Aren't you supposed to get shit from the sponsors? I mean, Randy, I'm gonna tell you like this.
Partnership.
I may be wrong, but it's highly unlikely.
I know you 100% believe that.
Yes, sir, I do. Ain't that what the sponsors supposed to do? They ain't paying us nothing.
Yeah.
You should get a discount on something or some free shit or something. And those my people, by the way. That's all family right there.
I know.
I know you know. I'm telling the Kickback because they probably listen like, damn, it was just enough. No, that's all family. But I am going to tell y'all, I'm going to get a little bit deeper. But before I do that. What happened? Oh, it's Kira. What's up? I'm going to bed. Good night. Damn. Yeah. Hey, Kira, they go to bed early. My nieces, her and Alexa go to bed about 6, 7 o'clock. But I'm glad you saw the beginning of it. It's about to be real adult anyway. So go to bed. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
They got the PG part.
Right. High low of the week.
Now, high low. Who wants to go first?
Who wants to go first, man? I think you got a real good, feel good story. I want you to go first.
Man, I'm gonna combine them. My high was 2 of them. The Friday it started off, man. And my job, they had my company, they brought in for the end of mental health week. they brought in a guest speaker who just happened to writes one of my favorite books ever, Atomic Habits. So James Clear, he was the keynote speaker. So being in a room with him, getting to listen to, you know what I mean, just listen to it with. So he did an hour masterclass on Atomic Habits, and a new book that he's in the process of writing. So that was just incredible. And say you never meet your heroes. So I like, and while I'm listening to it was dope, is like I'm realizing like a lot of stuff from him. I'm like, I do this is where I got it from. I forgot. I was like, this way it came out at. All right, but that was dope. And then I had a friend drop in town, said she knew I love sushi. She asked me to meet her at a spot, man. Went to a spot. We sat in the sushi spot and walked through the door. Chef DC Chef of the Year walks through the door. Chef Tobias of Huncho. So shout out to Shotos for one. Best sushi spot in DC. If you in the DMV and you're looking for some sushi, they reservations only. So set it up first, but check them out. Then my man Chef Tobias Huncho, shout out. Go see him too, man. Best B.O.B. Support him black, man. He said so. Got to kick it with him, man. And he was on one of my favorite food shows that I used to watch, man. It was like seeing one of us cooking. I was like, if I was in the kitchen, man, I'd be him. You know what I mean? So seeing him, man, and he sat down, he kicked it for a minute. Cool, brother. So that was like my high this week. So like Slim, I'm still floating on that. So I don't even got a low.
Hey, what my round of applause there, damn it. I love that. I ain't got a low. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. My high and low are mixed together. And I was thinking, like, do I want to talk about this? Like, yeah, fuck it. Podcast. Hey, I'm here to bend my soul. And I may be wrong, but it's highly unlikely. So let's talk about it. I was chilling, just, minding my own business. I'm out here. I'm going to say exactly where I'm at, but I'm out here in a nice 3-level home and that I shared with a roommate. I get word that my roommate is leaving, effective immediately. Getting up out of there.
Gotta go.
Got to go. See you later. I'm like, all right, bet. I wonder how that affects me, and how, in this 3-level home. And I get a text from I guess the landlord, like, yeah, so just found out your roommate's leaving. You might as well go ahead and leave too. I was like, whoa, wow. What that got to do with me? I feel like
automatic eviction came with her leaving.
Right. I'm like, what? And I'm sitting there like, damn, I feel like when J. Cole stepped out the beef, and then it was Kendrick and Drake, but then J. Cole still kept getting shots. Like, I stepped out the beef. Yeah. Why am I getting shots? And then I was also offered the opportunity to take over the entire house at only at triple the rate. That's going to be a no.
Oh, that's a bargain. That's a
bargain. Yeah, exactly. Can't beat that.
They love you. They didn't want you to leave at all. Stay here forever.
At all. But luckily, I was able to find something that's going to do your boy right. And I tell you, the saying, they were like, my God don't play about me. My God don't play about me. Well, my God also don't play with me. It's certain times when you're supposed to move. You're supposed to leave that girl alone, leave that job alone, leave that house, leave that crew, whatever you're supposed to do. And I BS and BS because I get comfortable and I get complacent. And every time the universe, God be like, you're not supposed to be here, right? If you don't get your ass. And every time I leave, and every time I go, it'd be a bigger blessing. It'd be like, damn, I should have did this a month ago, a year ago, 10 years ago. Right. Why didn't I do this? Like when I first moved to Georgia, I knew I was supposed to leave DC to try to do music and all that shit. I finally left and the world just opened up, and now I feel like the world is opening up. So I definitely, that was my low rolled into a high. I do it like that.
Did it backwards. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And now we got a whole podcast to do for y'all asses. So let's get it started with the viral story of the week.
My left stroke just went viral.
Our viral story of the week, Randy's uncle, Donald Trump, was found guilty on 34 counts which are felonious. These are felonies. In the, what's the girl name? Stormy Daniels. Stormy Daniels hush money trial. I think the max he would get in jail is 4 years. I don't think anybody believes he's going to jail, but I found it very interesting that he jumped up in the polls. His supporters, I think he asked them all for $1, and they had a record-breaking, what was it, 80 million, something crazy that he raised. And it's like, and he's talking about the criminal justice system is unjust. I was sitting there like, Trump gonna be black so bad. And so now you gonna play the nigger card, Trump? You gonna play the nigger card? Like, really, Trump? You a nigga now? And it's just funny to me. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This kind of shit make Trump seem Teflon. Like, you are a convicted felon. You aren't an accused felon. You are a convicted felon who is presumably believed to win the presidency. That's craziness. She said that's what the T stand for, Randy Trump.
Why gotta be me though? Why I gotta be the Trump supporter?
Oh man. Well, I mean, I don't like Trump. Again, I'm not everybody else.
What? We would have never guessed.
Right.
Nobody ever knew that.
I don't think Trump. I don't think Trump is more racist than Biden. I'll put it that way. I ain't even sure Trump really racist, to my personal opinion. But I ain't gotta like him because he's not racist. I don't like all the other shit he do. He could love niggas. That's cool. Cool, white boy, love black people. I don't like none of the other shit you do. Now, if you really are racist, you can add that to the list of the shit I don't like about you. But I don't like Trump. I don't like really nothing about him. I liked him when I liked that he represented money back in the day when we was kids. Not kids, but in our 20s. He represented money and power and doing things your way. And he still does a portion of that to this day.
A portion. He's still doing all of that.
But he does it with no integrity. With no integrity now, and that's what that's the part that's missing.
It's in a nice little neat box now.
Yeah, that's why I don't fuck with Diddy no more. I love what Diddy still for getting money, being a black man and doing this, but now I see behind the curtain there's no integrity. So I don't fuck with Diddy and I don't fuck with Trump because I'm a man of integrity. I stand on my shit. So I don't fuck with niggas that don't stand on their shit. And Trump doesn't. But I do want to get your thoughts on this, Randy. He was convicted of 34 charges in this felonious case. You think he's going to jail? Do you think this is going to propel him to win the presidency? Do you think it's going to hurt him? Like, before I get my thoughts on that angle, I want you to jump in.
Now, there will be no jail time period for one. I mean, even if he wasn't the president, the former president of the United States, like if he got the maximum on every charge and they threw the book at him like a first-time felon, like he will get like 6 months. Like they said that would be with a judge being harsh. So it's not jail time. But the main thing that got this with me is that he can remain on the ballot as a convicted felon when, however, if a citizen is a convicted felon, they cannot go vote. They have lost their right. You've lost your right to vote.
Hold on, Randy. Say that one more time.
So how is it that a convicted felon can't even vote for you? Like, he might have lost a portion of his fan base. You know what I mean?
Right.
But not that much. I don't know. But I'm just saying, I just find that ironic that, you could be on the ballot. But I feel like he looking at it this way. All I got to do is win. And soon as they won, I pardon myself. So all these other cases that's out here that's falling behind this, He's just trying to kick the can down the road till November. November, he gets sworn in. Like they can put him on probation. He can be locked up. They gonna let him. He gonna be on work release to go get sworn in and pardon himself. So, when you talking about how it's helped, you saw what it did. You know what I mean? He raised a rack of money the next day. The next day. But the scary thing is the statement that he made. And I have different views on him, how I feel about him morally, economically, and things of that nature. But the statement that he made about the justice system, and as a black man, I see the justice system has not been kind to us either. But to hear him say it on his side now, okay, if you want to make that statement, we've been screaming that forever. Then now I like, if you want our vote, make it a campaign promise, right? Like, put some weight behind it if you're gonna say that, because we've been screaming about this justice system being crooked forever. But now, when this same justice system won't let you slide through like you probably been doing your whole entire life, right? Then now is your statement is this justice system. Now, and I think that for you to make that statement, for one, it can undermine democracy as we know it. That if we as a people stop believing in our system, like, you was convicted by a jury of your peers, right? Now, the judge didn't say I'm guilty. Like, it was a bunch of people in the room, and so all of New York, the whole city hates you. Like, it's like, we want to get a venue, move, and go somewhere else. Okay, I mean, somewhere where everybody, a district that you want in, like, I don't know, like, where do you go?
Exactly.
We'll see. It didn't hurt him.
Yeah. And that's another reason why I don't fuck with him, because he wasn't saying that shit before, and he's steadily packing the Supreme Court. I think he put 3 conservative judges in his 4 years in office, which that's why Roe v. Wade was overturned. You know what I'm saying? I go out to the strip club, and beautiful black unicorn, me and her have unprotected sex. She get pregnant. We can't even get an abortion. You know what I'm saying? That's what he has done. And he's trying to overturn even more shit. That's why I don't want him in office. Like, all the people get caught up in a lot of the frivolous shit, the campaign points, but very practically, they are taking us back to like the 50s. Like slavery ain't coming back. I don't want to be extreme, but the level that the things Trump is doing in the Supreme Court, the things he's overturning, the way he says he's going to let the police, he's going to pretty much take the police off the hook for any kind of criminal activity, any abuse, any wrongful shootings, they're going to be exonerated for going forward. And he's running on that. It's just kind of like, dog, like, this is all bad shit for niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all bad shit unless you a rich nigga. But no, because the police can still kill you without get away with it. This is bad shit for anybody of color. That's what he's doing. And so all the other stuff, I don't get too caught up in, the frivolous stuff, I don't give any of that shit much attention when I'm watching the Supreme Court. We got to make some changes in that Supreme Court, or we're going to lose everything. We're not going to be able to gain.
Well, when somebody else get on the seat, they got to die out. So
right, and so Trump when put 3 of his people on, like, the scales have tipped. Who would have ever thought Roe v. Wade would have been switched? Who would have ever thought that?
Hey, what up, Kenneth? I understand, but I don't blame him per se for that, because if it was a Democratic president in office, he would have been trying to put in his candidates in as well, because you want the candidates who votes and support your values.
I agree.
And that's my biggest problem.
Values. No, you're right.
Right. And I don't think everybody on the Supreme Court represents his values as all. The problem that I have in his base is that in some areas where there's like still strong racial undertones, those people become empowered by him for some, and it seems like he speaks to their soul, right? You know what I mean? That like that. It's like the shot of liquor that got you pumped up when you know what I mean.
But you
And it seems like when they hear him speak,
they don't become they don't just become empowered. He empowers them. He does it on purpose. That's my issue. He puts batteries in their backs. And like I said, I don't know if the man. He's an old white man, so I'm sure he's racist. But I don't know he's more racist than Clinton. You know what I'm saying? I don't know he's more racist than Bernie Sanders. I don't know he's more racist than Joe Biden. I don't know that. So I don't trip off racism when I look at the president because I think they're all racist. They're all old white men.
I don't even care. Like you can be one and still do your job well.
Lyndon B. Johnson was one of the most racist presidents ever. He passed all the civil rights shit.
You can be good at your job and still be one. I could care.
That's what I'm saying. Lyndon B. Johnson, a perfect example. The president that passed all the civil rights laws was the most racist motherfucker ever. I don't care if you racist. I care what you're going to do in office. Are you going to preserve the nation? Like Abraham Lincoln. I know he was racist. He freed the slaves. He was racist. But are you going to do what's best for the country? I don't give a fuck if you're racist or not. Not if you're president. I give a fuck if you're racist or you my friend or if I'm going to date you or some shit. But as president, fuck out of here. Be racist. Just do what's right. And I don't think Trump will do what's right
for the country.
And that's my issue with him. He ain't going to do what's right.
Yeah. I mean... I can't say that he's not going to do what's right for the country because I think
that's why she called you Randy Trump.
He wholeheartedly, I believe he wholeheartedly believes that he's doing. He's a businessman, right? And this is what I like.
But that's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. You can't be like,
no, I'm not making it. I'm not saying it as an excuse.
Hold on. You can't be like, I went to this restaurant, but the chef there is a lawyer. You're not really a chef. So, I can't expect the food to be, no, motherfucker, get a chef at the restaurant. I don't want to hear your shit about him being a businessman as a president. He's a president. Him being a businessman is
I'm just giving you a perspective. That wasn't my point.
Okay, what's your point?
My point. You ain't let me finish. That was just a perspective. I said, let me finish. Because he's a businessman, all he doing is applying all of his business techniques to how he runs the country. So the same crappy ass way that he been running his business, he's doing the whole United States the same exact way. That's all I'm saying.
That's why he gotta go.
So economically, like some great things are happening, and depends on your tax bracket, right? Right, and then in others, not so much. Like it's still some stuff that's gonna hit, and I think it's in 2030 or 2040 where he rewrote like already the tax code, like 10 major tax codes that don't even take effect. Like some people don't even if you don't know, you better figure out what tax bracket you in before that finally hit. Those are type of things that happen. But then like some corporate taxes were removed, right? When he was in office. So a lot of businesses was like, all right, he just saved us millions. So a lot of CEOs bought a lot of new jets. It was a whole lot more vacations. And they was like, we eating good when he here because he's running the country like he's running his business. So to every businessman and entrepreneur, he was like he's attractive, right? But the double-edged sword that comes with him is that I think he's dividing the nation at the same time. So like we say, how he speaks to the ones that are empowered racially by the things that he say. And the more that he empowers them, the more that now what we became where it was less likely in society that we was like, we run into people who still like, oh, you still racist? And that it wasn't that it came where it was seeming like it was dying down. And like now where they being proud, where you were shameful to be a racist, right? Now where it's like they proud to be, and it's now, but it's cloaked behind, making America great, right? You know what I mean? Rather than that's the cloak of it. But now and because that's the cloak, is making the division wider. And I think that's the division, because now while you screaming all this stuff out across the podium, us who living in places where we got that line where we got to encounter and, you know what I mean, and navigate that on a daily basis, our landscape could be changing, right? Off of your flipping words. And that's what, you know, so for him to be, that's just too dangerous to make that person speak for the nation.
I got a real question for you, because the Randy Trump shit is funny. It's funny, but why do you feel the need to point out?
I don't know where she get that
why
from,
man. It's
like,
how you talk. It's how you talk. Why do you feel the need to defend Trump? Why do you feel the need to?
I'm not defending him at all.
No. You're speaking highly of Trump. Well, he does with the money and this. You know, you just made a whole soliloquy.
I'm just saying facts.
The why do you feel the need to say it? That's my question. Why? Why do you? Because you know he's divisive. You know what it stands on women. You know what he's doing with Roe v. Wade in the Supreme Court, and how he's putting racists in positions of power in the Supreme Court to overturn anything we do. You know he's empowering police.
Defending him?
Let me finish. You know he's empowering police to kill unarmed black people with no consequence. Why are you bringing up the money that can be made? Why are you bringing that up? Because you're not a millionaire. So none of them tax breaks and all that bullshit ain't really going to affect you either, nigga. So why are you speaking to that so much? You bring it up every episode, you know, Trump doing shit with the money and the tax codes. Why do you keep talking about that? But all this shit he's doing, why do you keep trying to speak good into him?
The tax codes that he rewrote does not affect millionaires. It would affect people who are not millionaires. So I should know about it, as you should know about it. But it was not a defense
why do you
of him,
keep
because
speaking to that?
At the end of my statement was that he is too divisive of a person.
Okay. So you don't know how you sound.
To run our
I get
nation.
I get it.
So I'm giving a contrast to why, like, I see why some people are attracted to him and why it's an appeal to him. So it's not that I support those views,
she calls you
or that those are views that I support and I get behind. But
Here's
when
my question.
I'm just giving a bias.
Do you see why you're called Randy Trump by people that listen to the podcast? Do you understand why, or is it confusing? No, okay. Now I'm telling you. I'm telling you why. Because for some reason you keep trying to speak good about Trump. It's like you can't not do it. Every week we talk about some racist shit Trump did or some dumb shit he did. You feel the need to always bring up, yeah, but the tax codes he's writing is going to be good, and it did. You keep doing that every week.
I didn't say they were going to be good. I just said he did.
So everybody that watched the podcast tripping and like, come on, dog. Like, you're being called that for a reason.
I said the corporate
I'm
tax
telling you,
was
hold on.
the corporate tax that he eliminated.
Listen to what I'm saying. Every episode when Trump comes up, you feel the need to say how he does good tax breaks for people that make a certain amount of money and how that's a favorable thing. And every episode. So why if we talking about Trump raping women, if we talking about Trump paying, well, hold up. If we talk about Trump raping women, hold up. If we talk about Trump raping women or banning abortion or getting convicted or getting off or may win or may not win, no matter what we say, you always go, yeah, you know, Trump did these tax laws and it's going to be great in 2030 and the things he did with the taxes is going to be, we should know about it and it's going to help people that's making a certain amount of money. You bring that up every week. That's why people think you support Trump.
I do.
Because you just bring it up. It don't be the topic of discussion. We be talking about Trump. Trump may have raped this woman. Well, you know the tax laws that Trump did is going to help people that make a certain amount of money. Like, you keep saying that.
Let me know
why every single week, no matter what we talk about with Trump, you want to tell us about his tax laws so badly.
So I say this every week. I say every week.
Every week.
So tell me, what year do those tax laws go into effect? When do those tax laws go into effect? When do those tax laws
that's not the point of the discussion. That's not the point.
But the point of the discussion, you say I bring up the tax stuff. You said I bring up the tax stuff all the time, and I'm answering the question. Why?
That's a fact.
That was that. If you don't know, all right. Let me tell you why. Because there is still time for people who support or who don't support him to be before they get into action, for us to still take a look at them and to understand what's going to happen when they do go into effect. And everyone should know, no matter what tax bracket you in or you not in, you should take a look at what those new tax codes and how they're going to affect you when they are in effect. I don't care who's the president, whether he did it. I bring it up because he's the one who rewrote them. Something that has not been done in like 100 years. He did something that he did, and ain't nobody saying nothing about it. So yes, I keep talking about it because if you don't know about it, you need to know about it. No, I'm not. It ain't that I'm happy. It's just that's how you take it. You took it as I'm supporting. You took it as I'm supporting that. You took it as support for Trump. That I was supporting him. No, I don't support it at all. None of those tax laws are beneficial. I never said anything good about them at all.
You said several times, I make money. I make more money when Trump in office. You gonna make more money. And I told you, stop saying that because
the information.
I said the Burger King worker ain't gonna make more money when Trump in office. So stop saying that recklessly, having every fucking nigga think. Why do you think I said that? I literally said maybe 3-4 weeks ago. I said about 3-4 weeks ago that you got to stop saying we make more money when Trump in office because you're going to have the dumb nigga at Burger King thinking he going to make more money. Why would I say that if you weren't doing that?
I said it was a perception. I never said that we did. I said it was a perception.
No. You
it didn't
said
change for us.
I said it was a perception.
I know it's some people who did. And I know
them too. I know. Well, people, it's almost like what you call it, the old wives' tale that we make more money when Republicans are in office. Everybody says that. I had a homie that was like, I make more money when Republicans in office. I killed it when who was before Trump? Was it Bush? The last Republican president? Maybe it was Bush.
Nah,
maybe I can't think of who it was.
It was Obama. Remember, Obama walked him out. Yeah.
The last Republican.
Oh, before it
was that Bush? It was Bush.
Yeah,
I made more money with Bush in office, and I was just like, why do you? It confused me that he was saying like, why do you keep saying that? And then when you started saying, well, we made more money when Trump was in office. Now I know they didn't. And it was proven. And then you start talking about tax. If you do investments, you can make more money. And I was like, well, stop acting like the jobs pay more when Trump is in office. I literally had that conversation with you on air because you kept making it seem like just because Trump's there will make more money. That's not
how
true.
You perceived it.
That's what you said. It's what you said.
No, that's how you inferred it. I didn't say that. I say that. I said there are people who make. Yeah, roll the tape. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
I want to know what you think you said. Do you think you said,
I'm not a supporter.
It's the perception that you make. You didn't say that. You like we make more money when Trump in office. I'm gonna find a clip. This is I'm a petty ass nigga, but that's what you said. And I'm wondering why you keep saying that. I just be wondering. But at the end of the day, we don't believe Trump getting no jail time.
He's not.
We don't.
No, he's not.
We know he's not. We don't believe he's what's best for the country, or do.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
And you are not a Trump supporter.
I am not a supporter.
Oh, well, then, moving on. We've cleared that up. We have cleared that up.
So I don't know, like Slim. I began. Hey, Clarissa, why he been badgering me? Like I need a lawyer. Like he's badgering the witness. He said no. Like
I do that I do that every time you support Trump. Every time you support Trump, I do that shit.
I be speaking facts of what he's done, man. I never was saying I was in support. I be distributing information because this is the thing that people like. A lot of politicians do it, and I'm not gonna say it's just him. A lot of politicians, they know that most voters do not read or research. They only go by what they hear and what comes out of their politician mouth. They ain't doing no research, and so they play to their base. I don't know anybody who's better than him to just speak to those people who ain't doing no research. Just whatever he say is like, yes, it's happening, it's true. It must be right. You know what I mean? That's how it go down. But I don't believe he speaks for the whole Republican Party. right? And again, I'm not a Republican, but I don't believe he speaks for the whole Republican Party, because I do have a lot of Republican friends who are not Trump supporters, right? So I've seen it on both. Hey, I ain't taking personal, Carissa. You just hyped them up. You see, he was on a mission. It's like you fueled him. He was like, yeah, I got back on this. See, that's why they call you T. And 30 minutes later, we've been here. Let's move on, man.
Let's move on. Nobody
made me go. Hey, I had to go on record before we moved on. So just so we know, you're not.
Hey, yeah. I'm just gonna tell you.
Watch the tape. Watch the tape.
People have asked me. People have asked me. People on the podcast have asked me, "Are you a Trump supporter?" Or actually, they didn't ask me. They told me you were. So I'm just telling you, like,
okay.
you don't sound like what you think you sound like, and it ain't just to me.
Okay.
But Berger said that you said a lot of people ate good when he was president. But saying
They
that,
did.
I don't think you understand, because when you say that and that alone,
I got it.
it's
And
all-
out of
imagine
context
this.
by itself, that's a reckless statement. That sounds like a statement in support.
Yeah. If I say, man, Diddy helped the whole hip hop community, man.
That's a bite. That's a bite.
Exactly.
So yeah, out of
Exactly.
context, it does sound like that's a supportive statement. But when I say that in context, I have personal friends who took advantage of laws that he was changing because they could. It was stuff that I couldn't do because I ain't live like that. You know what I mean? But it was stuff that he did, and because of the reach that they could. So I was like, I saw checks that they were getting directly because off of laws and things that he changed that he had going, and they was taking advantage of. And I'm like, man, the people who really need this can't even get this. You know what I'm saying? And like y'all and look, and I'm out with them, and they just blowing the money.
And this is my issue with that, because if you and not to tell you how to talk, because I would never, but a complete statement is, I've seen the fucked up shit Trump's did. I'm not a fan of any of this shit, but I do know some people that ate when he was in office. Your contribution to the conversation just be, people ate when he was in office, and then you be quiet again. That's all you say. That's all we get from you. If you know what I'm saying? If you paint the whole picture, then it's like, oh, but if all your only contribution is something good about Trump, then it makes it look like I get Randy's perspective on Trump.
Watch the tape, man. Let's roll on. Watch the tape.
I'm gonna make it a whole clip. Just because now you make me mad. I'm making a whole clip. I'm gonna post. I'm gonna tag you 10 times.
You better not.
All right, and
if you say it in the Trump ass, you better. And he get elected, it's gonna be your fault.
Damn.
You're gonna be a supporter.
You're gonna be a supporter
now, distributing his information. He'd be like, you're gonna be a supporter now. You're gonna be no breaks Trump knew.
And I tell you, I may be wrong, but it's highly unlikely. But I tell you this. This is something that's interesting to me, man. A young lady I know texted me one day and was like, I think I have a praise kink. And I was like, praise kink? Is that like some church stuff? Like praise and worship? Like, what you mean? Well, a praise kink, I guess it's the new thing. And it's all over social media. And it's basically where people want to be praised for what they do, what they don't do, whatever the fuck, for who they are. And that turns them on, pretty much. That eroticizes them.
I'm gonna need an example out of that, man.
Example.
Especially for our people who listen. They gonna need you to subscribe. Give us an example.
For a woman.
Because I might be thinking of this all wrong, and I hope I'm not.
Well, okay.
If I am, I might be concerned.
So what it really, I was wrong, but I thought at first, but what it really is man, I love the way you cook. Like the house is always clean. That's because you're praising them.
Kink of that.
They get turned on by compliments. Essentially, they get turned on by compliments. So like, you really clean up well. I love this outfit. Like this, you always pick out nice dresses. You Like I don't know what I would do without you. Like you are the consummate mother whore. You know what I'm saying? You're the ultimate wife. You know what I'm saying? I guess to a man, like, oh man, I love the way you pay the bills and you work hard all day. You never complain. I love the way you trim your beard. The way you discipline the kids is amazing. I love the way you are with your friends.
Okay, that is nothing like. Is anybody watching thought? Is that what y'all thought when he was talking about the praise king? Because I know I can't be crazy. Because I was not thinking in nothing along those lines at all.
I wasn't either when I got the text. I was like, "You're into what?" But
okay, I'm sorry, I cut you off. Finish tell me about it.
A praise king is a predisposition one has to draw erotic pleasure or excitement by either receiving or giving praise to a partner.
He needs a big K.
A praise king is a predisposition one has to draw erotic pleasure or excitement by either receiving or giving praise to a partner. When I first heard praise king, I thought it was some church stuff. What did you think it was?
What, a kink?
Praise.
Well, when you say kink, for one, like, all right, I'm not thinking about you cooking me breakfast. I'm telling the woman her eggs were good, that she don't got real moist now, and she like, come on to the bedroom. Because I praised how good she scrambled my eggs. So me personally, and no offense, no offense to any of our women who are listening. I solely love you and protect you, but I thought that this meant, like, I'm telling you that if you're real good, so just say if I'm married to Karen Superhead, and we've just had a session, and I'm just like, hey, you did a really good job. You know what I mean? And that's what I thought when you said praise kink. I was like, when did this become a thing? I like, don't we already do this? I'm like, if a man ain't already doing this to his lady, like, she should be upset. Like, give her some credit. Tell her. So if you listening now and you haven't praised your kink, even though I was talking about the wrong thing, praise kink your lady. Like, praise kink, I think.
I'm not mad at what you're talking
about. Not his.
What you saying make perfect sense to me. I ain't mad at that. That's just not what they say it is. Someone with a praise kink.
That makes no sense. That makes no
someone
sense.
with a praise kink gets off by showering or being showered with praise, compliments, and attention.
It might be right, Chris.
but I'm saying, but this is what they say. Like, I ain't make this shit up. Someone with a praise king gets off by showering or being showered with praise, compliments, and attention. And I know many a woman that if you give her a compliment, she gonna be excited. And wait a minute. Man, look who's hold the fort. The queen is in the building.
Hey y'all, I'm sorry.
What's up, Brittani Sade?
I had to talk a little business, and I'm sorry, y'all. It ran over. What y'all in here talking about? I know y'all not in here talking about praise kinks. Did I really end the conversation at this moment?
You came in on your favorite part.
You
y'all know I'm classy. What did JT say?
No.
Don't ask me to twerk. I'm classy.
No, you came in right on time. You wouldn't want to be here for the last one.
Oh,
yeah. That's a fact.
God is good.
You right on time. You right on time.
She was watching it like, they done with that part?
Hey, right. That's what I was thinking. She's like, it's clear. It's good to come now.
Oh man.
All right,
okay, well, Brittani. Let me ask you.
So
we just defined what a praise kink is. Do you know what it is, or do you need me to define it for you?
So I looked it up.
Okay.
So I know what it is. And I mean, all I'm going to say on this topic is that I realized when I looked it up, I might have a little bit of a praise kink. See?
But
like, who doesn't want to know when they're doing a good job or being a good girl?
Facts.
Right.
Facts. But you know what's
we should keep Carissa's comment up there till we done with this one.
Which one?
She's gonna scramble eggs.
The scrambled eggs comment?
Right. Because baby, let me tell
That's
you
her praise
something.
kink.
Eggs seem like an easy thing to make, but it's not, because it's real easy to get some eggs that are not scrambled good. So I know that's right, Clarissa. You make good eggs. How you be making eggs? Scrambled soft with cheese, or like what you be doing, sunny side up or what, Clarissa?
What is going on? I was Brittany making scrambled eggs sound sexy. What are you doing? What are you doing right now? You gotta relax. You gotta relax. You gotta relax.
Right.
She didn't
I
sexualize the eggs.
thought all wrong about it.
Yeah, and Randy was saying, and I don't think he's wrong, because that's what you would think. My initial thought was praise kink had something to do with praise and worship or something. His initial thought was praise kink was like complimenting your woman while in the act, while in the physical act. Oh, baby, you're doing this good. Baby, you're doing that good. But a praise kink is really just giving your woman compliments and attention, and that exciting her. So
that's what she said. Well, Randy likes side up eggs. That's why Clarissa
I feel like
she want to know her eggs are good. I love it.
Yeah, and okay.
And y'all know I love eggs.
I want one thing that would be a praise kink for you, that you want to be complimented on, that if she say that, you can be like, or he say that, you can be like, you just messed up. Because now we're gonna be late. You shouldn't have said that.
Hey, hold on. Give us the definition again. I want to get this right. Read us the definition again before we do that.
I was gonna say I can look it up.
So a praise kink is a predisposition one has to draw erotic pleasure or excitement by either receiving or giving praise to a partner. Someone with the praise kink gets off by showering or being showered with praise, compliments, and attention. So what would be something that someone could say that would make you go, like I said, we're going to be late now?
So I don't know. Okay. So I know praise is kind of like that, those like, I don't have to be showered. I'll say this. I love when an individual catches like my wittiness, or like can understand like when I say something that might not be easily like caught, and they be like, oh, I caught what you said there, like you was when I be like, oh, okay, so you a little intellectual. It's like I love when people like catch what I'm saying, if that makes sense, because I can be a little sarcastic, but in a playful way. But I love when people like catch it, and even if they respond to it, I'd be like, so you want to do this? Like, I like that.
Okay. Randy T.
I don't know how to follow that, but
Randy, like, just tell me I'm cute. Like, that's it.
Nah, I get it. I don't know. I'm the same way. I guess I affirm myself, so I'm not always looking for praises, but I would be with, for me, like, because I am a cook, what turns me on, like, if I like to watch, if I make you some good scrambled eggs, Carissa, like, I'm enjoying you enjoying them. Like, that's like, I'll just be there like this and just like, I'm getting it. That'll get it for me. You ain't gotta say nothing.
Now he watching like, so is it good? You like them eggs?
Oh, I already know they good. I'm just watching them go down.
As said by every man in America, I'm just watching them go down.
Look, one thing a man can make is some eggs. I know that's right, Randy.
I do what I do.
I'm gonna say,
hey, my sisters can say, if any of my sisters on here, they can tell you about my eggs.
Okay, I almost paused that, but it's not a pause. It's not a pause.
No.
Right. I think that what's gotten this isn't a praise though. Man, I'll tell you what, I flip it. When a woman does something that makes me vocalize a compliment, I'm impressed by her. And I'm intrigued. If I gotta go like, damn, that's a nice outfit, I'm like, that's not a good one. It said when you shower praise.
It is yours. I have
It
nothing.
said when you shower
say.
praise, because I don't just think I'm sitting here, I'm just gonna start complimenting all the women that walk by.
Right.
But when a woman evokes that out of me, like,
right.
or if she, like you said, if she get a joke or something, or what, I'm just like, if I say a compliment, I'm usually like, shit, okay.
But it has to be evoked, though.
Did you hear him? When a woman makes me want to say something, that turns me on.
He said it has to be evoked.
Boy,
like,
if that ain't self,
he has to make an involuntary action.
Like
my
to
first
be evoked, an
response
involuntary action has to be activated for me to give. Then you will receive a compliment.
That is hilarious.
You have moved me. You moved my insides to do this.
Right. Facts. I mean, facts. But I also, so I'm a unique motherfucker. Like, I'm not Christian. I changed my fucking name to now it's freedom. I couldn't get a damn passport in America.
Selfish praise.
I mean, I won't go say
it. So I'm like, you know, so I'm a different type of cat. Like I changed my name. I done mocked with the people. I done taught the little kids in the neighborhood. I got all, you know, I've done a lot of pro-black nigga shit. Like I be in the community. Like I done done a lot of shit.
Big K just describes you
Can
perfectly.
I finish what I'm saying? Thank you. So when a woman appreciates that side of me, you know what I'm saying? Like even like with the podcast, like I'm doing this. It was internet radio, then it was internet TV, then there's a podcast, and this show is basically me and my friends. And this show has been number 9 in the United States of America. That's pretty big for an unknown nigga from DC, and it's been number 1 in countries all over the world. And sometimes I think like I wish we was as big as Joe Budden. Sometimes I'm like, dog, I'm just a nigga with a little mic, and I done been number 1 in Angola. Like, how the fuck that happened? So when I had a woman say, I love your podcast, like you really, you know, like you killing it. I'm like, oh, you get it. You appreciate it. Cause it's like, it ain't, this podcast could easily be like, these niggas be going live every week. And it's like, you could look at it that way. But when we number 1 in several countries, it's not just that. So I think sometimes the compliments that I don't normally get, when I get those, I go like, oh, you get me. You really see who I am. Mm-hmm. So I hope that was better.
Yeah.
that was. But and why on that one, shout out to Denmark. Like we love y'all. We've been trending over there for a minute. Like we gotta visit there. Like I don't know how we keep hitting over there.
Go there and do a live show.
Like I don't even know what they do there, but like we always high over there like every week. Like so, hey, we love y'all, Denmark. Keep watching.
Hell yeah! I'm about to pull up a couple of the. I'm gonna read them all. I'm gonna put up a couple that we trending in. Denmark, as Randy said, New Zealand, Kenya, of course, the United States. But it travels. It be traveling. It be weird shit like Ireland. Like, why are we number 1 in Ireland? What the fuck just happened? What was we talking about? But that gets me going. And we're gonna move on to our
it's the mayor. Stay
This story is really, if there was ever a what the fuck story of the week, this is it. A man tells his boy, I can get you paid. It's these women out here that want to date you, that want to have sex with you, they want to, you know, whatever, and they'll pay you, and I can set this up. And dude was like, yeah, well, I got like, dog, do you want the money or not? You're like, well, fuck it, I want the money. And he went into the woods, waiting for his boy to bring the girl to him. The girl came. Well, I guess wasn't the most attractive, but whatever. And all she wanted to do was give him head. He got head, she left, but he felt weird. Like, this is like, that didn't, was that even a woman? Like, what the fuck just happened to me? which is all kind of red flags in my mind. Like, you wasn't sure it was a woman. What the fuck is going on?
He got paid for it?
And he got paid. So then he goes to his boy's house and like, man, it was some weird shit with that last woman. I don't really know what it was. He's like, but I got another one for you. Okay. So the boy went into the back, grabbed what he thought was a woman. She came out, went into the room, and she looked just like his boy. And he's like, not only do I think you're not a woman, I think you're Reggie. And now his male friend is being charged with sexual assault after telling his boy that he can get a girl for him, and then he dresses up as a woman to give him oral sex and pay him. This is the craziest what the fuck story I have ever heard, because it's no way in the world Burger gonna come into my house dressed as a woman and I'm not gonna know it's Burger. They got some freaky shit going. This is in DC too. I hate it. Well, Virginia. I hate that this is part of the DMV. This is the wildest story.
We don't claim VA.
Yeah, this is the wildest story I've ever heard.
Don't do that, because VA is my roots. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Let me find out Brittany got some DMV in her.
Don't do that. Oh, both my parents are from there. I spent all my summers there growing up.
Okay, you know, I knew I liked something about her. She got some DMV in her. She got that V.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
This shit. Burger said Virginia for lovers.
Obviously.
But this is crazy, though. Like, what do y'all think about this? This is the craziest story. Is this not the craziest story you ever heard? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know, the way you told it threw me off too, but go ahead, Brittany.
Okay, well, how did I throw you off?
Because what was the woods thing? Because I'm like, first, like we start off, we was like, it's like they met him in the woods. I'm like, is this a drug deal going down or a prostitute? Like, who meets in the middle of the woods to get a hooker? Yeah, like what type of pimp? What type of pimp brings his women to the woods? Be like, I got a woman for you. Meet me in the woods. I'm gonna bring you a woman. I gotta wait in the woods for you to bring me somebody. Like, and then he was surprised that he didn't like the way she looked. He told you to meet him in the woods. So I'm like, what do you expect he was gonna bring into the woods? Like, so I'm already like, I was thrown off right there. I'm like, all right. So he kept going after that. Like, I would have, like, you already, like, I'm already thrown off that you paying for something. Like, you looking to make a transaction to do.
No, he getting paid. He was getting paid
for it.
Oh, he was getting paid
like,
for
imagine
it.
You,
I heard the other way.
Imagine a woman, like, asking
it's
you,
still
like,
the woods, though.
I pay you to, maybe it was some type of, maybe the friend made it.
Had a money
like
kink.
Some type of, like.
And then meet me in the
money
woods.
Kink.
Yeah, there we go.
He had a
like
woods kink. He had a woods
money
kink.
Like a different type of, like, you know.
But I'm gonna read this shit to you. He watched Brooks, so they get into the woods, and he's an eye dog where the girl at. And the dude named Brooks said, I'm gonna go get her. He watched Brooks go into the woods, into the wood line with a backpack, and a few minutes later, what he believed to be a female emerged from the wood line and sat next to him.
No, he
the
wasn't
victim told police that because of how dark it was, he was unable to completely see the person's face. The victim said as the person touched him with their hand, he felt as though this person's hands were pretty big for a female, and that he became suspicious that the female may be Brooks dressed as a female. The victim told police the person began to give him oral sex. So he already thought it was his boy. And then
let him keep going.
Let him keep going. Give him oral sex. He observed what he believed to be an outline of a beard, at which time he began to think the person was not a female and in fact could be Brooks. The victim said he became scared and faked an orgasm. And how do you fake an orgasm with head?
Right.
Yeah, how does a man fake an orgasm?
No, we can fake orgasms. We can fake beard.
If you see a beard, you felt the beard. Like,
how do you fake an orgasm? Because nothing is coming.
But if you're in a condom, if it's a condom, you
water is gonna come out of.
But no, I agree with you. But if you
So
fucking,
there's no way to fake it.
If you fucking,
not as a man.
If you fucking with a condom on,
you said he was getting oral.
But right, that's my point. Is you can't fake it with oral.
That's the thing. Yeah,
you can't fake it with oral.
Nah.
You know, I just feel like, you know, yeah, like literally all you can say to this is WTF.
It is the ultimate what the fuck story. I'm gonna read some of these. Burger says it sounds like an episode of The Shot of me. Then I don't need to finish watching The Shot if shit like this goes on. I only saw season 1. D said what he believed to be exactly sketchy run. Burger said he was just geeked out for some top. You can't be that unless you in jail. I don't know how the fuck you that geeked out, but okay.
And so like she gotta walk away. So she waiting in the woods. So she waiting deeper in the woods by herself somewhere. He said Slim said he walked off into the woods to go get her. So he already walked you into the woods and be like, I'll be right back. I'm going to get her. And then he never comes back. She just comes back by herself. And you ain't asked where your man at. Like, where your man at?
Right, where you go?
Imagine being the judge
so
that
he
has
say
to
nothing.
like hear this story with a straight face, or even being like the prosecution attorney. Like, imagine like telling this story.
I can't. I'm having a hard time telling it now. Well, I'm gonna read a little bit more than we're gonna move the hell on. But this shit is crazy. So a few days later, he met up with Brooks again at Brooks's house where he was supposed to be set up with the female.
He wants more.
Brooks told the victim that if things worked out, he could begin getting paid by these women to have sex and oral sex with them.
Yeah.
Brooks told him to go into the bedroom and advised he would be back with his girlfriend.
Get that girl from the woods.
The victim advised he witnessed Brooks go into a bedroom, and several minutes later, he observed a female-looking subject emerge, and he recognized this female to be Brooks dressed as a female. The victim advised he left the scene, and no sexual act took place.
Yeah, come on. That's why he came to the house. He came to the house looking for the girl from the woods. Like, that girl from the woods live in.
Right.
Yeah,
she was putting it down. Jesus. I don't know what to say, man.
Like, what up, sis? Like, no. I don't even know. Yeah, let's move on. That story.
Let's get the hell up out of here. Because I don't even know what to think about that one, man. They should have got the Don't Be Dumb award, too.
So dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
But I decided to give this one to Lenny Kravitz, whose new album is fire. I'm a big Lenny Kravitz fan. The new album is really good. I forget my favorite song on there. I'm about to tell you right now. And it's on a Pod Named Kickback playlist. So we always talk about the playlist if you have Apple. The song by Lenny that I love is Stuck in the Middle. Matter of fact, before we get into this, just because I'm going to let y'all hear a little bit. I'm going to fast forward because I don't want Apple Music trying to sue me.
Yeah, they cut you off after that 10 seconds.
That's about it.
Yeah. So, yeah,
I'm not
that's
about to be a part of this.
So Lenny says that he has been on a 9-year journey of celibacy because he wants to find lifelong love, and he does not want, I guess, to have meaningless sex. I think that is beautiful. I think the sentiment.
Why is that dumb?
Because it's a decade. Everything he said is beautiful, and I echo the sentiments. But you stop fucking for 9 years? Brittany, what have you stopped doing for 9 years in your life? What have you
Imagine the
stopped doing?
level of clarity that this man probably has.
No, because he doesn't have post-nut clarity. He has pre-nut clarity, which isn't clear at all.
It's even better.
Hell no. I think better after I nut. I see things clearly.
You think?
You know what? You know how unclear the world is when my balls are filled with semen? The world is unclear.
That's
after I bust a nut, everything. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even like her. You know, things become clear. This dude ain't busting nothing. Well, hold up. Is he not? That's what they're asking. Is he not masturbating? If he ain't masturbating and he ain't busting nothing and he just been nothing for 9 years, that I don't know that that's healthy.
How? What?
You think that fucking feels so good because we shouldn't do it?
So I think there's a part of that for a lot of people.
A part of what? What?
A lot of people like to do things that they know they shouldn't be doing. It's that adrenaline, right?
Yeah.
That's why you have that clarity. I don't even like her. It was your balls talking, not even you in the moment. So again, I say, think about the level of clarity that Lenny has in being able to determine whether or not you actually like. I feel like that is a thing. Like when you take sex out of the equation, imagine how many people that you have dealt with in the past that you were like, outside of that, there was nothing else.
Unfortunately, quite a few.
I know. So I don't think that he deserves the dumb award. Now, I mean, I don't think that's dumb. I think that that is something that's very difficult to do for people.
Brittany, now I'm gonna ask you a question, Brittany. Have you ever gone? Well, Randy, this is both of you. I'm gonna bring you on the spot. Have either of you ever gone 9 days without sex?
Yes, come on, Noob.
Have either of you gone 9 months without sex?
Yeah.
I have.
Have either of you gone 9 years?
I have not gone 9 years, but I also
I'm not down 9 years.
I also have
months.
never, I haven't gone 9 years, but I've also never been, I haven't like said to myself, I'm going to be celibate either. You know what I mean? So
I've been celibate.
A certain amount of time was, when I'm like single, I'm usually, just out here chilling. Now, I didn't say that I don't handle my business. It just may not involve another person. So again, the celibacy thing, I don't know what that necessarily entails.
Truly celibate means you don't do anything. You don't handle shit.
Anything. But I really feel like, I know we're sitting here like
celibate is intercourse.
All jokes aside.
Celibate is nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I can define, I can get the dictionary definition, but celibate means you don't do anything.
Yeah.
You don't touch yourself. You don't nothing.
I just feel like that. Like, honestly, I applaud anybody that has that level of discipline. And on a serious note, I really do. I applaud him because that isn't easy. There's so much temptation out here. And I mean, he's Lenny Kravitz at the end of the day. I mean, even the old Lenny Kravitz is kind of, I'm saying, he kind of fine a little bit, what I'm saying?
the ladies was in the comments like, what? I'll change this tomorrow. I was like, whoa, I gotta relax.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Clarissa has gone years without sex. I have not, and Clarissa, you are not a man, and you are not Lenny Kravitz. I don't knock anybody for being celibate. There's really no reason to knock it. Like, you are not in the space where you want to deal with that. What I question is, when it's 9 years, why haven't you gotten back to a healthy space? To me, you're still the problem. It's been 9 years and you haven't found yourself in a space. Y'all are looking at me like I said I voted for Trump. What's going on?
But, okay, just because he hasn't when you say a healthy space, do you mean because he hasn't found anybody? Like, why are you saying he's not in a healthy space? He said he was going celibate for a purpose. Right?
Right.
Did I miss something?
No, he did.
Y'all continue while I'm gonna do some Googles.
While he find to clarify the comment. But I mean, I think it's even harder if you say why he haven't, for somebody like Lenny, I think it's really harder for you to find somebody that's true, right? I think it's hard now, even if you're not Lenny, to be out here and just as a regular dude trying to navigate and seeing who real out here, you know what I mean? And for somebody like Lenny, every night after night, it's thousands, you know what I mean? So like,
ATMs are crazy.
like how you, yeah. I'm like, how you know? And then they all dimes. Like ain't nothing coming his way that's not attractive at all. You know what I mean? At all. So that's already at the highest level. So now you can't even take beauty into look. Like that ain't even a qualification no more. Like now I gotta talk to you for at least 30 minutes. You know what I mean? I don't even care how you look.
And two, it's even more. So think about it. It's just as hard for a man and it's probably even harder for him after, like, especially if he's having conversations and saying I'm celibate, because that's just like a man with a virgin or a man with a woman that he knows isn't necessarily DTF. Like it makes you want to almost conquer him in a different way. And so it probably makes it even harder for him to trust what's happening around him, because we are beasts the same way you guys are. It just shows up differently. So imagine a woman who already wants a man and he's like, well, I'm celibate. Oh yeah, she's trying, baby. What? That is a championship. So it's probably made it even harder for him in like
no pun intended.
People. Wait, what?
You said it probably made it even harder for him.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say this. I don't understand. Clarissa says she finds him sexier after knowing this. I don't know why. That doesn't make sense to me.
Think about it. A man.
I don't want a good girl. I don't want a good girl. I don't get turned on by virgins.
That's the problem.
Virgins don't do nothing. I want a woman who's been.
That is the problem with a lot of men.
I thought you said most men are like Lenny, or like they want to conquer the virgin or something.
What?
I'm a fucking virgin. I'm almost 50.
Don't twist my words.
What'd you say?
I said that probably makes it even harder for him, because women want, like, knowing that he's celibate, that makes women want to like get his draws even more. Because it's like, oh, he's pure. Like he's without. Yeah.
See, I never saw a woman who didn't have sex as pure. I mean, I guess they could be pure. I saw them as just not having sex. Like,
but you are a very, very sexual being. So you have to speak for yourself.
Right. Well, I said me.
In general.
Because this is how I look at it. Like, I know women who make one guy wait because they really like him, and they fuck the other guy because they don't really like him. So I don't hold. There's no virtue in you making somebody wait to me.
That is a different conversation. This man is celibate. Right. So there is no, I'm not having sex with you. This is, I'm not having sex at all. It's a difference. And so what I'm saying is, can you imagine like the difference of, okay, sex is out of the equation. So how are we going to stimulate each other without the physical? Like, I could not imagine having a conversation with this man. It would probably be the most like, now I want to just talk to him just to see where is your mind is. You're saying that because I want to watch how I say this. You're saying that because, like, have you tried it?
I'd said earlier that I've been celibate. I have been celibate.
How long?
I was celibate for probably. I was intentionally celibate for about 9 months, 8-9 months. But I'll tell you what happened. I broke up with one of my girlfriends at the time.
We don't need the story, man. How long? 9 months.
I'm gonna get a story. This is a Pod Named Kickback. Little man, no breaks. But I was in a messed up place.
Okay.
And sex was like, no, I don't care about that. So I went like 8-9 months. But I've done that. I've done that once or twice. Usually, if my money ain't right, I ain't fucking. I'm on my grind, and everybody get the fuck on. But 9 years, I don't know if y'all are really giving credence to what 9 years is.
But so basically you're saying when I don't feel like myself, I get celibate until I get back to me, and then I get back to doing what I do. You literally said when my money's not right, I got out of a relationship, I don't want it. This man is literally saying I am taking sex out of the equation because I want to find someone that I can connect with outside of sex. Those are two different reasons and purposes. You did it for you. He's doing it to find a partner that also can connect. I'm telling you, sex for men and women, it is cloudy. We can sit here and joke about it all day, but on a serious note,
everything.
When you have the chemistry and stuff like that there, you will be bamboozled into thinking that means you will be bamboozled into thinking you're in love. And you're not.
No.
So I think that is why it's easy for him, because his purpose was not for himself. It was for him to find somebody with the like mind.
Right.
You just kind of shut me up, and I'm gonna tell you why. I was looking at it differently. And what I was about to be like, I was about to say something that was going to be very hypocritical, and I caught myself like, oh shit, she just broke it down for me. I'm like, well, damn, nigga, it's been 9 years since you found somebody you can connect with. I've been single like shit, 7, 8 years. Well, outside of my 3-year situationship, I've been single. I was in love. She wasn't. I was in love. I was in a relationship. I was in a relationship by myself. But outside of that, I've been single damn near as long as he been celibate.
If he wasn't.
What did you say?
You probably would have known that you were in a relationship by yourself if you weren't having so much sex.
And she could suck a basketball through a golf hose. I wasn't going to stop that.
Oh,
exactly.
Fuck out of here.
Right.
Ferguson, who's Lenny Kravitz? I'm Lenny Kravitz. I mean, I will say this. If you can't find, if he's like, I'm only going to have sex when I'm in love, and he couldn't find it, a mutual love that worked, then I'm with it.
None of us on this podcast is married right now. So clearly it's not that easy.
Everybody's single.
I agree.
I'm not surprised.
Y'all win.
I didn't say that. That don't happen to me. That don't happen to me all the time. Let me clarify. Big K. I ain't say that.
He's saying Lenny gets a
oh, like he get approached by dimes all the time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I mean, I think y'all are right. I think y'all have educated me on this. I'm not gonna be as judgmental. I'm still gonna laugh at him, but I'm not gonna laugh. It's loud. It's gonna be more of a murmur. One final question: do y'all believe him? Because his album dropped. He said this on the day his album dropped. Do you believe him? So obviously, this is a press run.
I believe him to a degree. I don't know if it has been, if 9 years may be a stretch, but I think, and it could have been 9 years, because I where he's at, I've been, right. And when I went through my 9 months, it was just that, like, I didn't want to have, like, I don't want to hook up, right. I was like, and the way that I made it was like, I only met people out in public places, you know what I mean? Like, if we saying I'm gonna meet you somewhere and I'm leaving, you meet me there, I'm gonna meet you there, and we both leaving. So, like, it can be done. You know what I mean? I did it for 9 months, and when I messed up, it was because I broke that rule. I went to somebody's house. If I never went to the house, I might have still been on my mission. So I believe him to a degree, and especially for somebody like Lenny, because I've been on production crews with stars too. And if you go back to the hotel with a celebrity, like, somehow groupies find out where they're staying at. And, like, when you get back to the hotel, it's women lined up looking like movie stars every single night. And, like, they paying people to let them get up to rooms and on the floor. Like, you come off the elevator and it's like models, like, just, and I'm like, so I can imagine, and I ain't never been on a crew with somebody on the level of Lenny Kravitz level, you know what I mean? So, like, these was little celebrities, you know what I mean? Like when Cat Williams wasn't famous yet, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So I can't imagine what he see every night when he gets to a hotel. You know what I mean? Lenny Kravitz for 9 years. I believe him. Like, and think he
Well, yeah, he
probably
ain't really
had
been
all
touring
kind
that
of
much.
wild sex.
He been on his old man
He's Lenny
shit. But let's
Kravitz.
throw it to Brittany real quick.
But beyond that, I mean, he's famous. So if he were to lie, it's hard to lie about that, because I'm pretty sure that if he really was being sexually active with someone probably has some level
They
of
gonna
receipt.
come out.
Like, of course, women are going to say,
TMZ.
oh, no, I did. You know, anybody can say something. But if he really was, there's some level of receipts, like the way in which social media and phones and stuff like that work. So I believe him, because I feel like, especially being a celebrity, like, you can't lie about those things nowadays.
Oh no, he lived in Brazil. Did somebody say he lived in Brazil too? No, I don't believe him now. I take it back. She gonna come out in 3 years from now. It's gonna be in Brazil.
And plus, when you were old school,
I take it all back. I didn't know he was living in Brazil. No, I take it back.
When you old school player, women ain't gonna speak out of turn. You know what I'm saying? So Lenny Kravitz 59 years old, man. I'm sure women ain't speaking out of turn when if you say, I'm doing this for my album, I'm doing this for publicity. They ain't gonna be like, I fucked them. They're gonna be like, yeah, baby, get that money. We need a new Bentley.
Right.
Yeah, if y'all think that's how women work. A lot of women out here are more so out for notoriety than what they think they might gain in the
And that's why I say old school player. Lenny's 60. He probably
but he's
in
not.
their 40s.
If he was out
women.
here doing something, he would not be out here doing it with no 60-year-old woman, please.
I'm saying women in their 40s.
Right.
He fucking grown women. He ain't fucking the young thoughts that's trying to exploit. How many 50-year-old, 40-year-old women you know exploiting niggas on the internet? It's all the young chicks.
A lot of them. Most of them are 40, claiming to be 33.
Jesus Christ.
I just feel like
I'm choosing a bear over women. I'm choosing a bear.
You're so silly. I feel like there's we don't have a reason to not
some of them
believe
out there. It's some of them out there, man. You got some powerful CEOs in their 40s and 50s, and like they don't even want a relationship. Like,
but how would he meet them though? Like, that's a different. Well, let me
right,
because I've met.
It depends on your circle. It depends on your circle.
Yeah.
So let me not say that.
It depends on this circle, right?
But you know what though? He did spend some years being a cuck to the dude from Game of Thrones.
Stop it.
And you know what a cuck is, Brittany?
Do
you
I
don't want to know? Don't. No, you don't.
You know, Lisa. We'll move on. I'm just gonna let it go.
If it's sports, if it's fashion, if it's music, if it's hustling, whatever, you on a marathon. You know, so.
All right, so this company has been notorious for underpaying their employees. I've been instructed to only shop at Target because they don't pay, and I've just heard horror stories about how slave labor with the Waltons at Walmart. And when I saw this, I said, okay, this looks good to me. And this is a Nipsey Hussle Award. In an effort to boost retention, the retailer Walmart has sweetened paying stock incentives for its store chiefs, who individual locations employ hundreds and can exceed 100 million in annual sales. They are now going to be earning $500,000 a year. Now, I'm busting my ass. I have my own business. I'm not gonna make $500,000 a year this year, and I'm thinking about going to Walmart University and getting a job. $500,000 a year is nothing to sneeze at, man. That is nothing to sneeze at. Like, I'm floored. I do know how much they make because Walmart is like a grocery store, a Sears, a Zayres. It's all the stores we grew up with all rolled up into one. Circuit City, Radio Shack. So I understand how much they make because it's everything. But to bring down $500,000 a year as a manager, that seems incredible.
It does. And there's probably like one person making the $500,000 a year just so they can put that story out, just so people can think that. And I doubt that individual looks like you or me.
Talk to him, Britt. Talk to him.
That's just what I feel. Because they tell you up to, they didn't say a manager makes, right? Up to could start anywhere. And the level of probably credentials, experience, etc., that they put on your ability to make that much it probably makes it almost impossible for a lot of the managers to make it. So I would just be interested in knowing who those individuals are.
We're gonna figure that out. We're gonna do some research. Randy T.
Look, I think for the Walton family, a family that has like more than a few individuals all on the all-time billionaires list, right? They can give back some and then some. And I think Walmart as a company has been destroying economies for a long time. They have been one of the biggest proponents of slave wages, that why we can't get livable wages in a lot of areas. Yeah, they do bring a lot of jobs to a lot of areas, but they also bring down the economic status that people can achieve because they bring in a multiple low-paying jobs. So it's about time that they're doing something. I said it's a good press release, right? But until they continue to make that press to get the pay scale where it's even across the board, and that the wages that they give to everyone who works in a Walmart equates to all the billionaires that are eating off all the workers, to all the economies where they're lowering the income at, they keep doing it. Like, I'm not impressed. I was like, it sounds good when I read it. Like, it's a good press release. Bottom line.
So in the press release, Burger, it says Walmart's new system can make store managers earn $500,000 a year. But in the press release, it says the retailer has sweetened pay and stock incentives for its store chiefs. So I don't know if that's if they're using that word synonymously, or if that's an error, or if this is misleading bullshit. And now we don't know, because they say manager and chief. So this means that they're making a difference without a distinction, or is this some fuckery? I don't know, bro. I appreciate you mentioning it out. There's multiple managers in one store. Okay, so is a store chief in charge of all the managers? Because this article doesn't specify. But I appreciate you pointing that out. I feel correspondence and shit.
Netflix and chill. What does that even mean?
So I watched Book of Clarence.
Okay. Yeah.
I watched Book of Clarence this week. I've been wanting to see it. I wanted to go to the theater to see it, but I never made it. And when I found out it was on whatever it's on, Netflix, Amazon, Netflix, I watched it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I laughed. I am opposite. Okay, I'm gonna get us spoiled.
I haven't finished book 3 yet.
Okay, I won't give a spoiler.
Okay.
I'm not religious though. Well, I'm not Christian. So I was kind of like, I don't want to see a Bible movie. But then when I saw the previews, I looked at it like, oh, this is different. This isn't going to be a Bible movie. So I was interested. Jay-Z's behind it, all these beautiful black actors and actresses in it.
Regina King is behind it.
Oh, Regina.
Right? No, I'm getting that one mixed up. Sorry. There's another show that I was supposed to bring up. She might not be behind the Book of Clarence. My bad.
Okay. I know Jay-Z's behind it, and Lakeith Stanfield is a star. But I still wanted to see it because of the people that I respected that were behind it. I figured it would be something good. And I was just waiting. I had no ill will, and I watched it, and I enjoyed it. I laughed a whole fucking lot, and I enjoyed it, and I appreciated the angle. I'll put it that way. I know some people, some Christians were against the movie because they thought that it blasphemed Jesus. I'll go on record right now. It didn't. That didn't happen nowhere in the movie. That was just some shit people made up in their mind or wanted to be in their feelings. if anything, it honored Jesus, and that's the only spoiler. That's a spoiler, but that's all I'm gonna say. So I thought that was like, sometimes people get so convicted that they just stupid. I ain't watching it because this is, you don't know what the fuck it is, motherfucker. You should have just watched it. You probably would have liked it. But I'm gonna watch it again. I enjoyed it. Like, it was just good. I don't know, is it the best movie I saw? It might be the best movie I saw this year. Maybe.
Really?
It's in my top something. But it ain't my top all time, nothing. But for 2024, it might be in my favorite movies I saw this year. Has anybody else seen it? I know Britt stopped a little early.
Yeah, I fell asleep. Not because it was like boring or anything. I think I was tired.
It's not a good shot for.
It's 3 parts. What I will say is I do appreciate the angle, and I appreciate the portrayals, because they kind of brought, of course it's Bible led, right? But they kind of sort of brought like that present day, like urban portrayal to where we can understand the differences of the storyline. I feel like people saying that it's a mockery, they kind of sort of did the same thing. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but when Passion of Christ came out, people weren't completely happy with that either. I think that anytime you do any type of portrayal when it comes to religion or Jesus or anything of that nature, people become upset. Even when, the book of the Bible, most of the characters were Black, so that probably made a few people upset as well, because of how we've always grew up seeing, the characters of the Bible portrayed. I want to stay politically correct. And
like characters, but go ahead.
So, I'll say that I can see why it made people upset, but so far I appreciate it. And I keep saying like, I need to finish it, but I've gotten, after we talk about this, I want to mention the show that I accidentally brought up, because I have been watching a different show. Believe it or not, I've actually been watching TV.
All right.
Besides the NBA Finals.
Wow.
Yeah, I know your Celtics.
Yours.
Well, hold on, Randy, give us your take on it, or did you watch it or not watch it?
I haven't watched it yet, but now I wasn't even, and I had no intentions on I hadn't seen anything about it that made me want to watch it, but y'all just made me want to watch it now, so I think I am.
Okay, but Brittany, what is this show that I'm going to cut on when we get off this podcast?
So it's called A Man in Fool. And that one is ridiculous.
Randy is told me to watch this. Okay.
I'm only on like the 3rd or 4th episode, but
I'm telling you,
I really, really like it. Because at first I'm like, what is going on? But now the connections are starting to happen. And I like it. Like, I really like it. I don't want to talk about it because it is something that like I don't want to spoil, because it is something that can be spoiled if you're like talking about what's really going on. But I like it. I think it's worth watching. I'm really impressed. I like the characters. Okay. Like, the actors are really good. And I like the fact that they're actors that you'll be like, oh, wasn't he in, or wasn't, that person? And then you find some like really like, oh my gosh, she's in it. But I like it because I like when you have actors and actresses in movies that you can buy into the character. Like, sometimes when the actors are so popular, it's hard unless they are dynamic. Like, Denzel Washington, no matter how popular he is, he plays the part, right? You believe him. But I don't know, like, I'm just as interested in this as I was in Suits. And I know people have like their mixed emotions about Suits, but like I'm so upset that
Suits was greatest of all time.
Yeah.
So I gotta watch Suits. I gotta watch, what's the show with the father's sick and the kids trying to take
Mike
over?
Ross, come on.
What's the show when the father's sick and the kids trying to take over? Is that Billions?
No, you talking about
Succession.
Yep.
I watched the season of Succession.
Yeah.
I gotta finish that. I gotta finish Suits. I gotta finish Billions. I don't have time. There's too many podcasts, too much music, and too much work. I cannot watch these goddamn shows.
But I told you about Brittani joint. Let me get to mine. Let me give you mine. So I got one too. And Brittani, we talked about this. Was it 2 weeks ago? I told New to watch this. Already finished it. Already finished it, man. Falls Low. It's a dope series. Wait till you get to the end. Your mind gonna be blown when you get to the end. Think you loving it now. Wait till you get to the end. Like, and it's a lot of stuff that don't know how to end well anymore. Like you'll watch something and you get to the end and you be like, "What?" Like
I watch all of this.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, you go the end. You gonna have that moment, but it's gonna be like wow, and it ends well. But now
I feel like Suits was like that because I feel like they were forced to end because of the different like actresses leaving and stuff. I feel like Suits was made.
Is he saying Suits was like that, like you're describing, or is he saying Suits was like that? It was like that.
Oh, I thought he meant Suits didn't end y'all. Because Lincoln Lawyer is good. That's another one I really
He's saying it was like that.
But I thought he meant
Netflix just picked up this series.
I heard the Lincoln Lawyer was good too. There's so many songs, man. I don't have time.
Listen. Let me get my show out, man.
Crazy.
Like, look, listen.
You got another one?
The show I'm watching that. Netflix just picked up 2 seasons of it. It's called Your Honor. It's with your man from Breaking Bad.
Good.
It's with your man from Breaking Bad. When I tell you that this show has everything in it, it has everything in it. Add it to the list. Like when I say every episode, like it's so many different storylines in it that's going on. Then they got my man in there who playing the mayor. You remember him from what's my Baltimore show?
The Wire.
I can't think of the name now.
The Wire.
The Wire. Shit. He's the man. He's the man in the joint. Yeah, that's my man. Hey, Sal, he in it and he playing the man in this joint. Like I'm telling you, put it on the list. Like the mayor show, like that joint is like that.
It's a show called The Mayor of Something. Have y'all watched that one?
Not the mayor. That's the mayor of Kingstown. I'm sorry. It's called Your Honor. That? I'm talking about Your Honor.
The
mayor of Kingstown is good too. Yeah, that's what your man from, and it's a true story. It's a true story about a prison in Kingstown and your man from Hawkeye from Marvel playing the joint. It's dope.
I'm gonna watch I'm gonna say what I'm gonna watch first. I'm gonna watch A Man Apart. What's it called? Full of a Man Full. What's that shit? A Man in Full. Because that's only like 6 episodes. So I'm gonna watch that first, and then I'm just gonna try to get to the other shit. Your Honor is hands down top 3 ever. Yeah. Okay, well then that's gonna be next. I'm watching.
Hey, dude, when I tell you, like, man, this series, like, people should be winning some stuff, some academies, and some stuff out of this joint. This is that good, like for real. Every episode.
Man. Okay.
Every episode.
All right, we're gonna talk about a little bit of music, and then we're gonna get the fuck up out of here. But I do want to mention some of this if I can find it. Where's my music drop? Where's my music drop?
This is a fantastic album, man. Let me borrow it.
No, my brother. You've got to buy your own.
I want to say what I'm listening to today the most is Meek Mill's new song. It's called 5 a.m. in Philly. It's one of them heartfelt, I'm going for it. I'm going to make my dream come true, and the world against me, and my best friend doing this shit, and my girl did that shit, but I'm going to go anyway. And that shit, I had that shit on repeat. As I was looking for places to move to, I was like, yes, right, Meek, we moving, Meek. And Brittany, you don't know about that, but I'll tell you about that offline. Lenny Kravitz new album. I'm a Lenny fan. It's good. He does rock, R&B, and then he does rock R&B. This is one of those good rock R&Bs. It's the mixture, and it
always got a little
just
rock
fucking sound good, man. Like if you like Lenny, you're gonna like this. If you don't like Lenny, maybe it ain't for you.
You know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. I didn't watch Eminem's new single, the new video yet. I heard a couple lines on it. The Meg line. Brittany, I want to ask you this. Have you heard about the Meg line? So you know how he picks on the pop stars. You know, Eminem, this is classic Slim Shady, dissing Backstreet Boys type shit. Remember he was doing Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears? This is one of those old quirky, no, you wouldn't play it in the club. He being goofy and wearing a costume. Like Slim Shady. This is the perfect Slim Shady 2024.
Mm-hmm.
But he says, I wonder if I could get a song with Meg. If I have a chance, if I can get a shot at her feet, like a feature, but also shot at her feet, like she got shot in the foot.
Yeah.
And some people are like, "Hi, clever," and some people are like, "White man disrespected the black queen." I don't know how to feel yet. I want to hear the whole song and make it, and see who else he takes shots at. But that line right there, like, I wonder if I can get a shot at her feet. Is that kind of like poor taste, shouldn't have done it? Or is it like, I know who you are, Marshall. You always say crazy shit. Because some people are up in arms and some people are like, calm the fuck down. That's Eminem. You know what the fuck he gonna do. I don't have an opinion yet. But as I wanted to ask y'all two what y'all thought.
I mean, I feel like it could go either way. Like her being shot in the, the foot or feet, both feet, has been one of those things where it's like, okay, Tory was convicted of it. People still have their opinions of whether it actually happened, etc. I think either way, when it comes to that, that's just a sensitive topic in the first place. So people are naturally going to be more sensitive to it. Now, on the other side, I haven't heard the song. So it's like, is he taking a shot, or, is it the classic, like, oh shit, that was clever type thing? Because one thing that Eminem has always done is he always has like this goofy, silly song. And then he comes out with like these hard songs where, like, regardless of whether you listen to his music or not, you have to respect his ability to like rap,
Facts.
So I feel like after this, he's probably going to come out with the album. He always does something super controversial to get people talking, get people paying attention. Now we're all going to listen to the song to see, okay, was he taking a shot at Megan? Who else was he taking a shot at? All very, very clever. So I say all that to say, like, two things can be true at the same time. Like, he probably did it. Like, it's Eminem, for crying out loud. But I mean, I can see where people would be sensitive to that in particular too.
Randy T.
I agree with Brittany. You say I always do anyway, but but this is why I'd say that Eminem is clever enough that he will write the line that he know that it's going to intentionally. Some people they're going to take it that way, but he's going to still have it saying in a way that people can be like, no, he just being clever. It's going to be up to the interpretation, and he ain't going to say nothing. He's just going to let people take it how they take it. And that's the cleverness that he always does. And I think it's 100% intentional, right? But again, that's how clever it is that he can put it in there, and I can make something that should be offensive, but it's so clever that it's really not. You know what I mean? Like, it just happened to be like, yeah, she did. She just happened to get shot in the foot. But you always have to do stuff with sensitivity when it's around, especially when it's around something that has affected two people's lives, which it has, right? But we all know him, and he's somebody, and he know how to navigate them lines. And if he's wrong, like, he got enough money to stand the rain.
Facts.
Either way.
The only thing I'll add to that is I feel conflicted because it's been beating my head, and I'm beating in other people's head, protect black women. And I'm like, is this one of those times, or is this just fun rap?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. But I do know, I personally feel, this is new saying this, that black men are the most disrespected people on the planet. But I feel black women are the least protected on the planet. And so I'm kind of like, do I kill Eminem for this shit? Do I bash him? Do I destroy him? because black women are never protected? Is this another example of us not protecting them? Or is this just like, no, this is just rap. It's okay. You gotta get your back up against the wall. You can, laugh at the line. I don't fucking know.
It's almost like comedy though. Like this is like his
Right.
comedic song, and comedy is very controversial. You know what I mean? A lot of comedians catch flack for what they're saying, especially nowadays. Back in the day, like comedians used to say what they say and people laugh and keep it moving. But now people are a lot more sensitive. But what people don't understand is like, I don't know if he was taking a shot, no pun intended. I don't know if he was like making a joke or whatever about it, or if it could be something as simple as like, he's cool with Megan and freaking told her the line was going to be in the song. Like, what do we know? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, and I respect that, we want to protect each other. We want to protect Black women, but I also feel like there's this oversensitivity at times. And I'm not necessarily talking about this particular instance because I feel like it was very serious, but I do feel like in general, there's just an oversensitivity. Like even with the Book of Clarence, like, movies, like, the people aren't able to see it and interpret things for like what's being interpreted. Like we always have to pick things apart and find, I probably should not be making this point with this particular thing because I don't want it to be confused that is a very sensitive topic. But I think in general, it's just like sometimes I just wish that we had the same energy with more like sensitive things. Like people are more mad at other people having comments about the situation than they were at the actual situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like energy where it's supposed to be.
I agree. And honestly, I doubt very seriously Eminem had mal intent. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, what would his
I think he was being funny. The only thing that makes it like is like for some reason, and I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. But the way Tory and his people tell the story and with their confidence, it's almost like they make it seem like Chelsea shot her. Like we ain't even do it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was Chelsea. It was her friend. And so with their level of like, no, we ain't do it. I there's some sympathy there a little bit. But Megan was still shot no matter who did it. So there's sympathy for Megan because somebody shot her.
Yeah.
But rappers have been making jokes or rappers have been dissing Megan. Like Drake dissed Meg about the shooting. Rappers are saying Tory didn't really do it, you a lying bitch. And they've been going at her. And so it's kind of like back up off Meg, not too much on Meg. Every time I turn around, somebody got some shit on Meg. And it make you want to defend her, even though I'm waiting to see the proof on Tory's side. It's still been too much negativity on Meg, which I'm an underdog nigga. Like I tend to like, I was rooting for, what team was it in the playoffs? I was rooting for Minnesota, I think. No, I was rooting for Dallas until they stopped beating Minnesota. Then I switched to Minnesota. I like the underdog. I'm an underdog. I just love them. So when people started being like, man, Tory getting the wrong rap. It's fucked up. He ain't even do it. It was really the other girl. I was like, damn, free Tory. And then when everybody started saying, Megan a lying bitch, I'm like, whoa, wait, listen to Megan. So I kind of, you know what I'm saying? And I wonder, I think with this Eminem shit, it's kind of like, I'm so conflicted. Because like, do I defend Megan? Or do I defend Eminem? Because he always make jokes. But I do not think M was being mean.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, guilty people do, they are typically very serious in what they didn't do. So I'm not going to necessarily say that just because people were confident in the fact that Tory didn't do it, that there must be something else to it. Because R. Kelly also shook the table that he wasn't a monster. You know what I mean? Like, did he?
We saw chinks in his armor.
Until other proof came out telling people that they were picking the wrong person.
That nigga said in the song, age ain't nothing but a number, throwing down a number. He had some chinks in his armor.
But what I'm saying is when all of that was coming out and people were like, if you were to ask him to this day, he would tell you he did nothing wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think I was just making a comment that people telling me confidently that they are not guilty does not move me. Now, whatever the truth is, because people do get wrongly convicted, things of that nature. I was not there, whatever.
Kelly always looked guilty to me by what he said.
Guilty.
I just want to say that because he never was confident. He was always like, I didn't do that. And it's like, what did you do? He always was kind of iffy with his speech. Like, we are friends and I won't say anything else about it. Why not?
His lawyers
it was always some weird shit with R. Kelly. Tory was like, I ain't shoot the bitch. That was pretty straightforward. So I don't know about that. Even Michael Jackson was like,
that was the only thing.
Children, but it's not what you think. But you're admitting to sleeping with them. Like Tory denied everything. I ain't have a gun. I ain't shoot her. I ain't do nothing.
Having sleepovers with
sleepovers, but Tory said no to everything.
Sleeping with children.
But he said they slept in the same bed.
I mean, he probably had a California king.
Erroneous. He said they slept in the same bed, which means he said they sleep together. So what I'm saying is all of the so-called predators outside of Tory, not all of them, of course, but the ones that we're speaking of, they've all left shit to the imagination. Like, you could have just said no.
But simply shooting someone, there's nothing to be the imagination of. Like, what is he gonna say to put you in the imagination? I did not pull the trick. Like the only thing
all I'm saying is Tory handled it differently than they did. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he innocent. Michael and R. Kelly could be innocent and Tory could be the one guilty. I don't fucking know. All I'm saying is Tory spoke differently. That's all I'm saying.
Man,
but you had a bigger point.
Yeah, I think on this one, man, and we're in a day and an age now where the truth is relative to everybody, right? So, and because of that, with this situation with anyone, and you alluded to it a while ago, we got to start normalizing respecting men and normalizing protecting women. And then we'll get rid of the insensitive and being oversensitive when we start making things normal. Until then, we're going to always be, the truth going to stay relative, and then we're going to always be on the opposite spectrums of stuff like this, right? And then we wondering, like, is this a shot? Is it a shot or is it clever, right? Why? Because we ain't normal in how we should be, respecting and protecting.
Facts.
What used to be okay is no longer okay. Like people used to be able to rap, and like I said, like comedians used to tell jokes about things that was like kind of effed up, like in our minds. And I feel like now people are really getting like shunned and canceled for it. So it's just a different day and age of what you like can and can't say.
All right, my lawyer calling you. You say the wrong thing, like we in civil court. You better believe it.
Facts. I wanna get y'all picks for the finals. I already know Brittani picked, but I want to get y'all picks for the finals.
Brittani picked Boston.
Of course.
That's her team.
Yeah. I didn't. I'm going with Dallas. I mean, look, if we look at the stats, Luka right now is leading, and the stat is crazy. In the playoffs, he is leading in every single category. Leading in every single category. Something that has never, ever been done in the NBA playoffs.
I think LeBron might have done that.
I mean, since LeBron, if it's been, I don't know if LeBron has done that in every category, but maybe he has. But Luka doing that right now. That's what's
probably some 3-pointers, so you might be right. Because I ain't got LeBron leading in threes, so you might be right.
Yeah, he leading in everything right now, and with Kyrie being his big brother, and I'm mad they got my man from DC. He in there contributing. Gafford, who he did his thing when he was here. He's still being solid out there. So every time I see him, like, I'm always going for all our ex-Wizards. Like, they like your kids who grew up in left home. Like,
Facts.
you always want to see them do good, right?
That's how I'm doing. And that's why
the only reason that I don't think that Boston is going to win, because I don't like Boston coach. If Boston would have kept the other coach, my man who was there the first time, if they'd have kept him, I think Boston would have had 2 titles by now. They had a different. They played with a different attitude. Yeah, they play with a different attitude. I think that coach now, to me, he's soft. And J Kidd been out coaching everybody in this NBA playoffs. And I think J. Cole, I think he's gonna be the difference, and he's gonna out coach Boston coach. He's gonna use his players better.
Well, opinions are exactly what they are. You're entitled.
Before the season started, I picked 2 former Wizards to go to the finals. I picked Kristaps Porzingis and I picked Bradley Beal. I said Boston will beat Phoenix in the finals 4-3, and Porzingis would get a ring and Beal would get a chance to show his talent on the biggest stage. I was obviously wrong about one of those picks. So I am not going to change my previous pick. I predicted Boston would win. Nostradamus predicted Boston would win with Porzingis, and I'm going to stick to that pick. If I had not made that pick, I would be torn, because what I said all playoffs, what I said all playoffs is Kyrie and Luka are 2 of the best closers. And if any of these games are close, they're going to win.
I'm sorry. Did y'all not see how the Celtics were able to come back from that deficit that nobody thought they were able to do and win it in 4? And the Mavs
I did, but I also I made my pick before the season started.
No,
I didn't see the season.
I'm commenting on what you just said. I'm commenting on what you just said.
I was unimpressed with the whole Indiana series.
I also saw how Jason Tatum choked against Golden State. I saw how they didn't show up in different Eastern Conference finals. I am still sticking with Boston because that was my pick. The only way my pick is right is if Boston wins. I chose this shit in fucking September before the season started. So I'm going down with the ship. But I will say this. Kyrie a bad motherfucker.
I mean, I gotta give it to him. I like Kyrie. He used to be.
But Derek White and Drew Holiday are 2 of the best backcourt defenders I've ever fucking seen on the same team.
Drew ain't no joke. No joke, for real.
Kyrie is Kyrie, but he will face his toughest defenders this series of his career. He has never had to go against 2 and throw Jaylen Brown in there, 2 to 3 guys that can get on him and play. Now, that don't mean they can stop Kyrie, because Kyrie is motherfucking Kyrie. But this is going to be his toughest challenge of his career. Luka is Luka. They call him Luka Magic, you know. But Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, they might throw Drew on us sometimes, might throw Derek White on us sometimes. He's going to face his toughest defense. Well, Lou Dort played him very well for Oklahoma City. He's going to face his toughest defense. And I still believe in Boston. I believe in Boston in 6.5. Not quite 7 games, but 6.5 games. I don't know what that means, but I made that up just now. But I think Boston wins in 6.5 games if Jason Tatum proves he's a superstar in this series. He got a habit of disappearing. If he disappears and Jaylen Brown got to do it on his own and Kristaps Porzingis comes back and he's not 100% and all that shit, it ain't going to happen. If Jason Tatum is who we all think he really is, Boston's going to win this shit in 6.
You know what? I'll agree with you. That's my only disclaimer. If Jason Tatum finally be the dude that everybody believe and want to see, like, they should win this series. They should.
You saw what he did to Giannis 2 years ago? When they eliminated the Bucks?
I know what he can do. I know what he can do. That's why he be so frustrated when you be looking at him. And then his face he be looking confused when he be on the court. Like, he looking like he don't be knowing what the hell going on. I'd be like, man, where's that dude who just dropped 45 last week? And he just be looking like he don't know, like he don't even know what to do. Like that's the Tatum. If that Tatum show up, Like, no, Dallas taking it. And I can't I can't root for a Dallas team. Like, it just sounds bad coming out my mouth. I don't even like to say that. I
Hey,
call
I'm a
them the
Cowboys
Mavs.
fan, so you know I don't
know.
mind rooting for Dallas.
That's like
Now, if you ask me,
I ain't got no love for the Mavs. So eternally I'm voting for Boston because I have two teams. It's always my team and whoever's playing Dallas. Whatever
so
Dallas it
did I
is.
just convert you to now you're on the Boston bandwagon with me and Britt?
I mean, nah, I mean, I can't say I'm voting for the Mavs, but I just
If
don't.
you
I'm gonna say
ask me,
I don't care who wins. I want to see a great
if you
series.
ask me
I don't
who
care
I'm
who.
rooting for, I would say Kyrie.
Let's go 7.
If you ask me, but I picked Boston to win, so I'm going with Boston. It's more important for me to be right than it is for me to support Kyrie.
Yeah.
We know.
Brittany looks disgusted.
No, we know. I was like,
You've done enough of these
shocked.
with you.
It
She
wasn't
know
even
you.
disgusted. It was like that was a
Yeah.
new statement.
She get it. Yeah.
You know what? I'm done.
We
I'm
get it.
done. I'm tired of the bullying. You two have been bullying me all night,
No
and I'm
way.
just tired of it. And every time Brittany bullies me, she flips her fucking perfect hair. Just
Nah,
it's gonna matter.
no.
Who
You've
the
been
fuck do
bullying
your
Brittany
hair?
for
Why your hair look like
almost
that?
30 minutes.
Thank you.
For almost 30 minutes, he called me Randy Trump for 30 minutes before you came on the show. You talking about who bullying? Yeah, he talking the T stand for Trump for about 30 minutes.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Clarissa said that. I just
And she told you
repeated
she
it.
was playing, and you still kept going. And he kept going.
He was defending. You know what? This is what we're gonna do. Thank you for coming out. God bless you.
Don't go back. Right. Don't go back.
But
Don't go
every
back. Don't go
week,
into the light.
we are here Sundays at 7 p.m. Watch us live. We are the only podcast that goes live for the entire duration of the episode. You are part of the show. Every comment you throw, we repeat and we debate you, or we agree with you, or we support you, or we tell you shut the fuck up. But whatever, Joe Budden don't do that. Don't call me white girl. Don't do that. Joe Rogan don't do that. And Charlamagne and them don't do that. So before everybody else does this live platform where you can talk to the host and interact as they're riding our dick in the 2025s, come to who started it. Come to where you can do that, where your opinion does fucking matter. No, that was bad. That wasn't good. I thought it was accurate.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Brittany,
We appreciate
is
it.
that a new tattoo?
Hey.
Which one?
The one that I can see on camera.
No.
That's not new?
Because I was in college.
What does it say?
All of these.
What does it say? New and Randy are the best. What does it say?
It says agape.
And what does that mean?
The most unconditional love. It's like agape love is like the truest, most unconditional love. It's a Greek word, but it was used in the Hebrew text to express the love of God. That's why it's over my heart.
Unconditional.
So does that mean that your heart, you love unconditionally, or does that just mean you have unconditional love for God?
Both. Well, I would say I have an unconditional love for God. I feel like my love is very much conditional for others outside of God, because everyone else has the ability to disappoint me other than God. So
I've never disappointed you.
Well said. Well said. And by the way, shout out Britt new first episode just dropped this week. So y'all go to YouTube.
Where my goddamn, hold up. Where my goddamn.
Get up on the YouTube. Gems and tips just dropped.
It's good. Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Randy.
That's like you made that very specific. Like unconditional love for Randy and not me. I was about to say you to tell us what the first episode was about, but now I don't want to know what your first fucking episode was about. Brittany Sade. Let me. I'm gonna move you around. Let me see. What can I do? Yeah, move you to the side.
Oh, you're
Get over there. All right, but actually, as we exit in our last 30 seconds, Brittany, tell us what the first episode of your podcast was about, and then we're gonna say goodnight.
The first episode of my YouTube series, Gems and Tips with B. Sade, who is me, we're actually giving fashion tips to the girlies. So I sat down with Shauna Bink Curry. She is the fashion connoisseur and boutique strategist. She's the owner of Bink and Bougie. where I get a lot of my clothing and styling tips. But she's sitting down to talk about like tips and hacks of dressing for your body type, how to make your clothes fit and look better. And she also gives the most voted by men their favorite body part on a woman. And you would be surprised of what it is. So definitely check it out. The next episode will drop in a week.
I want to know what that body part is.
Hey, gotta watch, gotta tune in.
Gotta tune in. Okay, then I guess we'll all tune in. We will all tune
Hey, it's
in.
an interesting. I'm telling y'all, man, it's an interesting show. Check it out. It's two women talking about their bodies and clothes. Like, all right.
Yeah, I mean, it's more so for the girlies, but what man doesn't want
It
to
is.
watch two beautiful women chatting? So
I watch every show with black women on it. Harlem, I watch all that shit. They're like, you watch that? Like, it's black women. I don't just like pussy. I love women.
He always got dirty it up, right?
Come on,
As soon as he give a compliment, like he just pee on it. As soon as he give it to
he's like vagina. He just had to call it like a kitty cat, you know?
That should have been excellent. I should be appreciated for that. I don't know how I was unappreciated for me saying I love women and I don't just love their bodies. I actually love women.
Oh my God, that was so well said. That was good. I like that.
Ready to see, here, girl, we here. And all of you kickbackers out there, we here too. I want to thank you for tuning in and supporting us. Like I said, we just some regular old folks from some regular old towns. Actually, all of us from the DMV. And we just try to give you our opinion and our thoughts and share different information with you and make you think and make you have an opinion on something. And if we do that, we feel like our job is done. In the immortal words of Franklin Uno, draw four, skip you, uno, draw 4, draw 2, we out.
All right.